How's everyone out there doing? I've been fighting a cold through the week, so I'm nowhere near 100%, but I think we're a little overdue for laughing at Kent. He went out Monday to do whatever podcast thing he was supposed to do with the supposed 400 million subscriber person or whatever. I haven't found evidence of anything having happened. Of course, I haven't looked since, Tuesday and Wednesday when I was homesick, and hadn't cared since then. But whatever. The clown made it back to Dinosaur Cult Land on Wednesday, and did his usual succession of streams Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we'll of course be taking a look at his Whack and Atheist Wednesday because that's just what we do. Um, yeah, going to be a little lower energy. Like I said, getting over being sick. Um, Claude Balls has pointed this out, and I want to point out again on my own end that, again, this is a first party channel. So every time Kent says he doesn't have a channel, we don't put anything up, he's lying. And it's like people try to defend him by being like, oh, well, what's it matter? It's such a tiny lie. It's like, no, the point is he is lying. That would be something he shouldn't be doing if he was the great person that everyone claims he is. At least all the Hovendites. Most people think he's a piece of crap who learn anything about him, but that's neither here nor there. That being said, we're going to hit, this was the Wednesday video. He calls it open mic / Terry LaPointe. I have no idea who or what that is, so I guess we're going to find out. Let's get right into it. And it's silent. Beautiful.
Cold came in with a fast. Yeah, we were in California, Joseph, when it happened, so it ain't our fault. Okay. Anyway, thank you for joining us tonight. Open mic, but slightly different. I know you atheists are all trembling in trepidation. Who's going to get whacked tonight?
Kent, no one gives a flying fuck. The only reason we care about it is if it's someone who is honestly going to be more pathetic than usual to watch you try to go against. Like Dan. Again. Or if you're going to pick someone or something new for once.
We do Whack an Atheist on Wednesday night. Oh, we're going to let you all have a night off.
Oh, okay. It's a person running for Congress from Alabama. Beautiful. So the person who runs a Christian ministry is going to discuss politics in direct violation of some particular law. I forget the name of it. I know it should be an easy to remember name, but I can't come up with it at the moment. But yeah. Since when does that matter, though, with the Christo-fascists running the country?
Okay. Even though what you believe is stupid and we still would like to whack you and knock some common sense into you, we're not going to give you a break, okay? God made the world in 6 days like he said he did and wrote a book about it, okay? And the book...
Wow. Prove it, fuckface.
Book is flawless, perfect.
Book's a piece of shit, just like you.
Anyway, tonight, we're going to have Terry LaPointe on in just a minute. She's running for U.S. Congress from Alabama. Alabama has, 7 congressmen, I think, right? Mm-hmm. Yep, okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. We're on a bunch of different channels, TikTok, Facebook, Rumble.
Is this just going to be some nut job talking on Kent's stream? I mean, not that Kent's streams aren't just some nut job talking, but is this what we're in for? Ooh, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready for the incredible amount of cringe coming.
X, Instagram, our own app, Ken Hovind TV. Sign up for all of them. That way, if they take us off of one, we'll find us someplace else. Okay, let's see. No, that's not that one. I got that. Let's see, right. Joseph and I flew out to Los Angeles and spent the last 2 days spent how many hours did he videotape? George Janko show, about 3 or 4 hours of videotaping with us, and he's going to edit in the slides and stuff, and then put it up maybe a week or two.
Oh yes, he's got to add in the slides. Always got to have the slides.
So praise God. If you want me to be on your channel, call me. I'd like to do 4 or 5 a day. Call Joseph, 855 Big Dino, extension 4.
4 or 5 a day, but how are you going to give tours of Dinosaur Adventure Cult?
Say, book them, Joseph. Friend or foe. I'll come on your channel, talk about why I believe the Bible is true. Here we are, December the...
Hovind, you've had an open invite on my end pretty much forever. You and Joseph never want to take anything like that because y'all want to put everything in the frame of a debate to legitimize it.
Third, Terry LaPointe from North Central Alabama, down here running for Congress from District number 3. If you want to join us for holidays, come on down. We'll be your family. Some of you don't have family or don't have family close enough to go visit. Come spend Christmas with us. It's all free. We'll put you up, house you, if you stay too long, put you to work. Okay.
Then it's not free.
Help us open for free by joining our 777 Club. If you like what we're doing, say, Brother Hovind, I'm going to support you $1 a day.
And you know the score. If you like what I'm doing and you're watching this live, toss a super chat if you can. If not, super thanks always help. Or just liking, sharing. If you're not subscribed, doing all that jazz. Yeah, the YouTube spiel. You love to hear it.
$31 a month. Call 855-BIG-DINO, extension 1. Joy, you answer that one. And Bobby answers extension 2. I answer 3 when I can. I shouldn't say that, brother. Ever since I said that, I've had 20 million phone calls.
My ass, you have.
That is my extension, though. So, okay. I'll talk to you. Our website is drdino.com. We've been open for almost 9.7 years now. I got to change that. We just want to help get souls saved. Okay. Alabama is divided up into 7 congressional districts for the U.S. Senate, okay?
You say congressional districts?
Alabama is divided up into 7 congressional districts for the...
Yeah, he said congressional districts. Also, yes, I know, Kent's audio is fucking terrible.
U.S. Senate, okay? There we are in Lenox, way down here where the star is. Let's blow up this area. And you, Terry, are from St. Clair County?
That ain't me, it just straight froze. I don't know, comment. I mean, it's just frozen. Jump ahead, jump ahead, jump ahead. Did it just die permanently? Oh yeah, they lost internet. Oh, that's kind of great.
We had a car go by yesterday. Everybody was a blast out in Los Angeles. Apartments are $5,000 a month.
Let's jump back to where it comes back into play. Okay. So they didn't even know they were off, or well, Joseph knew, but he's not going to tell Kent because why the hell would Kent care? There we go.
Okay, folks, another technical problem.
All right, there we go. Okay, they know they're back now. Very good.
So, if you missed the intro, too bad. Do I do it again, Joseph?
No, it's online.
Okay, already got it. Been on the George Janko show.
You don't need to do the intro again. Do the intro anyway.
It was a blast out in Los Angeles. Apartments are $5,000 a month. Wow. Can you believe that?
They're proud of
it. Yeah, and just to drive around cost and almost $5 a gallon for gas. I like Lenox, and I like the Lenox, Alabama traffic. We had a car go by yesterday. Everybody got excited. Anyway, well, come join us for Christmas. We left off there. We'd have a lot of people come visit us for holidays. We'll be your family. Come on down.
No, you didn't leave off there, Kent. You were introducing this clodhopper beside you. I do not have the energy to deal with Hovind. This was a mistake. But, much like the entirety of Hovind's life that has been nothing but one successive mistake after another, we're just going to keep on going.
Stay too long, we'll put you to work. Okay, Terry is from St. Clair County up in central Alabama. The founders of this country back in 1776, they made a declaration of independence. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another. Time to get rid of the British is a Hovind translation to that.
That was ostensibly what was being spoken of in that moment, but in a more broad sense, it was a statement of the need to reject oppression, reject tyranny, to fight against suffering enacted by tyrannical governments. Which you would think would be something you would be standing up for now, but of course it's okay when your people are the ones who are being tyrannical.
These guys said, these wise founding fathers said in 1776, right here, this is part of our Declaration of Independence.
These wise founding fathers, who many of which owned slaves, just a reminder.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. In other words, it's true, and it's obvious that it's true, okay? All men are created equal. They're endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, rights that are being oppressed by the current U.S. political climate as we speak to many millions of Americans.
To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. That's the purpose of government, to make sure everybody gets their rights established, okay?
Yeah. And what's our government doing? Not that.
The purpose is not to control lots of other things. It's to get rid of evildoers that are trying to trample on your rights, okay? They derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. Whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner there, Kent. But you would call me treasonous for the way I view things need to be fixed in the country. While you and Cheeto Mussolini celebrate people who were quite literally seditionists. Of course, referring to January 6th.
The founders of this country believed in a very limited government. Provide for
That's debatable.
defense from enemies, foreign and domestic, and punish evildoers. I wrote a book on the topic. I'd like to give you one, The Kennel, about the prison system. We should not even have a prison system. You know, judges and congressmen can own stock in the prison system.
And to whatever extent the truth is on that, that itself, that is a problem. No one would deny that, fuck, what's the term for it? Conflicts of interest exist all abound inside of the system, to use a the broad term for, the way things work in this country. It's pretty fucked up. So you and I would be in agreement on these problems needing to be resolved, but very, very different agreements on how those problems should be resolved, what kind of resolution should be found, and what that would mean moving forward.
Terry, if you get elected, shut that down.
You just think that people should be able to get away with whatever, and that it should just become some militia thing, apparently. Whereas I feel a little more for the rehabilitative side of things, and that corporations need to die.
Okay, take that home with you. Okay. Every other power is left to the states or to the people. Read the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Federal government's involved in lots of things they have no business being involved in. Not their
Yep, especially now.
job. They did not intend for the federal government to be involved in welfare or health care. None of their business.
From whose perspective, Kent? Yours? Whereas it seems like their desire that the government should provide the quote life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, that that's part of the role of the government, would include those things. Because here's the thing, Kent, it was written as a living document. The idea was that it could be that the Constitution and all that could be appended to, added onto, could be reinterpreted, and where different application fits the bill, that application be applied. Your staunch interpretation of what you think they meant at that time, when they framed it specifically to adapt to progress, means fuck all. They didn't really have health care back then. They didn't really have welfare back then, Kent. These really weren't concepts yet.
That's a state issue. And if your state gets too restrictive, too many regulations, too many taxes, well, move. That's where they.
Oh, yes, the people who have no money can just move. It's just that easy. You just pack up and go. You know, the system hasn't become one where that is not possible anymore. That shit's insane. They act like we should treat things like it's like it's 1800 because they want to live in 18 fucking hundred. Well, it's not 18 fucking hundred. All right. You try moving, Kent. Go ahead. Fill up the cost for you to move all your shit to wherever else you would be if you couldn't be in Linux. Get back to me with a number.
Want it to be. The states would then keep each other in line. So when the government runs healthcare, welfare, all that kind of stuff, that's communism.
And yeah, let's be clear that the Declaration, is just a statement of the intent of us to say fuck you to Britain. Basically, it is the Constitution that's the key thing. Definitely stress that.
/socialism is what it is.
Hold up. Let's check this again.
Government runs healthcare, welfare, all that kind of stuff. That's communism /socialism is what it is.
And your problem is what exactly? Uh-oh. Fucking McCarthy era hate terms. It's a communist. Gotta do the Red Scare. Come on, Kent.
It is. So in
Says the guy who drives on public roads, takes advantage of publicly funded police and fire departments, and relies on other people to donate money to his church to keep it going.
Genesis 5, and when Noah gets off the ark, God said, at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. God said, Noah, set up a system of government where if somebody kills somebody, you all get together and kill him.
Well, Kent, you can be declared responsible for the death of that child who drowned on your property. Therefore, should we execute you? That fits your idea of justice.
Capital punishment.
Also, since you didn't pay taxes for all those years and thus effectively robbed every other U.S. citizen of money, should we come and rob you of thousands? Should I personally come to DAL and just take a couple of grand to solve my problems? Since my, especially since my tax dollars somewhere along the line went to feed and house you for your 9.5-year stint in the federal pen, you owe me, motherfucker.
See, there's certain crimes you got to execute them. That's all there is. Then we read in Proverbs 29, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when when the wicked beareth rule,
it's been 30 fucking years and we're still making Bill Clinton jokes.
the people mourn. So Terry LaPointe wrote this book, Voices That Will Not Be Silenced, Child Abductions by Authorities. And you've been doing this research on this. Got her on the screen here? Is she showing on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Joseph getting tired of Ken's bullshit with that one. Yes. Good God, Kent. You can't tell where the framing is on your fucking camera? I know you can't see the output, but I mean, you should be able to tell. You know, that, okay, it's aimed at both of you. It's probably set up right. And yeah, regulations, healthcare, welfare are socialist and are what makes us civilized. Cunt, you're a backwards piece of shit. From Jared. Apologize if I'm low energy and seeming a little exhausted. If you weren't here for the opening, I'm getting over being sick. So,
and you want to, you've been writing on this topic of government taking away children.
Yes.
So your mic's on, I believe. Tell
oh, I am absolutely certain Hovind takes all kinds of social security and the like, or whatever he's entitled to, Medicare, what have you. He definitely does. Like, you know it. You just absolutely know he fucking does.
us who you are, where you're from. I got a list of questions for you here.
Okay.
Note that my guest can't be important. I've got to talk about my own shit for like 10 minutes, and then I'll finally let my guest talk.
You read for real news.
You know, this person who isn't even in the congressional district that I'm in, so it really doesn't fucking matter. Also, once again, totally violating whatever that particular law is about the endorsement of political candidates in a church. But since when does that matter?
News Spark, online publication, families fighting for the rights of their children. So here we are. There are 4 people running, 3 Republicans. Terry, right?
Yes.
Okay, and it's going to be a primary.
Primary.
Okay, you've decided to run for U.S. Congress to represent the state of Alabama.
Okay, yeah, it's the Johnson Amendment of U.S. tax code since 1954 prohibits all 501c3 nonprofit organizations from endorsing or opposing political candidates.
Tell our audience who you
This is 100% a violation of that, but nothing's ever going to happen of it.
are and why you're running. What you believe.
I mean, let's be very clear. Mince no words. We are watching Kent Hovind and Genesis Baptist Church, CSE, whatever organization he wants to have this operate under. We're watching he/them commit a crime as we speak. But we're the bad people.
On key issues, what you'd like to see fixed in Congress if you're elected, why they should vote for you, and how to contact you. I'll leave that up so you can go through those one at a time.
All right. All right. So my name is Terry LaPointe, and I'm a mom. I was a homeschool mom. I was a labor doula and childbirth educator.
Wow, so you really don't know shit beyond a very particular philosophy of whatever variation it is that comes to childbirth. Whoopity doo.
I thought I was going to be a midwife, but even before that, I went to Bible college. I thought I was going to be a missionary.
And suddenly black screen. Wow, this person seems really qualified for jack diddly fucking shit.
And God kind of directed me a different path. But
Of course, what do you expect if they're promoting themselves on Kent Hovind's fucking stream?
God in his infinite wisdom knows what he's doing.
Amen.
I've been on a journey to trust him. So somehow in there, I ended up accidentally becoming an investigative journalist.
Okay.
So I had seen a couple stories of government overreach, taking children from families, from an innocent family. They called it medical kidnapping up in Boston, where a medical disagreement between two different doctors, and the
Translation, on religious grounds, you were denying actual medical care that would help save a child's life, and the state rightfully judged that as abuse, and you're saying, no, it can't be abuse because it's our religious rights. And if we're just wrong, then that's just the way God did it, as an excuse to be pieces of shit. Meanwhile, ignoring the actual government-sponsored child kidnappings and the like that are occurring day in, day out. And let's not get started on a certain genocide going on in a certain little corner of the Middle East.
family got caught in between, and they almost destroyed this young lady's life. I thought, this is crazy. This is not the way the American government works.
Actually, it should be. Because I guarantee that's what this is about, is you know it. You know it's going to be, oh, we didn't want him to get the medical procedure. That's against our religion. Well, fuck your religion. Child needs to live. We're not going to do it. Okay, fine. Child abuse.
This can't be. This is an anomaly. Then I saw another story. Right. I saw another story. And then I wrote a little bit about it. And I was approached by the editor of Health Impact News. And he said, hey, we're getting so many of these stories in. We're going to start a website called medicalkidnap.com.
Wow.
Would you be interested in investigating these stories? And I said,
my God. This is a terrible origin story.
yes, because I want to know, is this a threat to just normal families around America? What is going on?
No, because normal families aren't run by sociopathic ideology, aren't dominated by following sociopathic ideologies that reject basic principles of fucking reality.
I don't understand. So I started digging, and I'm a researcher. I want to know the truth, and I don't care how bad the
My ass, you do.
truth is. I want to know the truth.
Me too.
Absolutely. So I started digging into this and got more and more stories. For 4 years, I covered just about either 1 to 3 stories, 1 to 3 articles, families a week for 4 straight years. And there were so many more that I could have covered if I simply had enough time in the day to do it. I worked constantly. You can ask my husband. I was working constantly, digging into all of this. So then I ended up writing this book because I found out about the, let's see.
Claude emailed Terry informing her of some facts about Hovind and asking her if she supported him. No reply so far. Keep me informed, Claude.
This mother here was taken, her baby was taken by Child Protective Services on grounds never should have been taken.
Are you CPS? Are you someone to make that judgment call? No. You're just some amorphous blob sitting in a fucking chair at Dinosaur Adventureland? Well, I strongly suggest, based on my expert opinion, that you shut the goddamn hell up, you piece of shit.
Placed with strangers, not with family, not with the grandparents. They should have been.
Yes, the grandparents who probably believe the same bullshit the parents do because this kind of garbage thinking is generational.
There's no reason. And then the mother was killed by someone here illegally.
Oh, my fucking ass, they were.
So then the baby was adopted out to strangers. The grandmother became good friends with the senator. Some of your viewers may recognize this lady here. This is Senator Linda Collins Smith from Arkansas. And the grandmother and Linda became really good friends.
And yes, for anyone wondering, it pains me to be in the middle of an area that is slightly decent, surrounded by all this redneck bum fuckery. Not that Alabama is that close at all. It's a good 160, 170 miles away, depending on the way you go. But still, Arkansas, right across the river. Mississippi, due south, about the same distance.
Digging into trying to find out what's going on, the funding, the history, talking to all kinds of different people, and they found hard evidence of trafficking.
No, you're just in time to hear all the bullshit, Stingray. All the bullshit. This is gonna be something else.
Of children through the foster care system. And they were just about to expose it on a show, and the senator was murdered 4 days before she was to go on that show.
Oh, of course, of course. Was it the NWO? Was it the Illuminati? Was it just the generic they? Oh, but nothing about the Democratic senators who, people went in with a fucking hammer trying to kill them or what have you. Nothing about that, or did kill 'em. I don't even remember. I stay so out of the loop, but I pick up bits and pieces of stuff enough to be like, what the hell's going on?
So this is their friendship. This show has a lot of information that is not, that the media didn't talk about.
Your book
that
does.
My book does.
Where
yes.
do you get it?
It's on Amazon. My website, realnewspark.com/book. You can find it there.
/book.
That way you can get a signed copy.
We'll put something up on in our comments section.
Oh yes, you got to get that signed copy. Because it's not about the information. It's not about the breaking story, the incredible censored information brought out in this book. Watch out, they might throw you in the slammer for 9.5 years because that's the best they can do. It's going to be the next DVD number 5. But make sure to get that autographed copy. It's totally not a grift, though, you guys.
Section of our place too.
Okay.
Okay, now so there's a medical department, there's medical kidnapping. Suppose the government decides we think everybody should get a shot, a vaccine of some kind.
Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. Clarification for YouTube purposes. I in no way, shape, or form condone anything that Hovind or whatever the fuck this Terry person on screen are going to say. Get you vaccines. Seek medical attention if you're injured. Follow doctor's advice. Do the right things for yourself. Science. It works, bitches.
Some parents say, that's my kid. I don't want my kid to have that shot.
Which should be your right.
Yeah.
Because this is America. We should have a freedom to choice.
I didn't even know there was a library shut down. I mean, let us be very clear. I live under the deepest rock I can because I'm so tired of everything being what it is. Like, y'all have to understand. So I didn't even know until just now that there was anything like that going on. I go to work. I come home. I just hope I can make it to mid-January when shit gets a little better for me. That's the stage I'm at. So no word at all. I'll try to remember to look into it.
To choose that kind of thing. That's a valid choice. That's parenting.
But the drug companies that are selling those shots,
right.
it's all money.
It is.
Well, there are problems with pharmaceutical corporations. But Kent, you complain about this stuff, but you're going to be obviously some kind of staunch capitalist because you speak so ill of communism and socialism. But this is what you get with capitalism dominating. So, which is it, old man?
It all goes back to the money. So
says the people who want money, which they're not wrong, but it's pot call kettle.
Kids are taken for those kinds of reasons if they maybe have a complex.
Uh-oh, they are messing with Hoven's stream again. God, this is unwatchable.
Be abuse, that's all it is, and they go after the parents. Parents have gone to prison, they've lost their kids.
Wait a minute, so a doctor can make that call.
From Tiger Mango 99. Ah, my first Yamato live. I need to admit that you mocking and humiliating Hovind is like a therapy for me. Salute for this service. Thank you. This right here, these kinds of comments, this is why I do it. So y'all can just have a fun time and, maybe make some new friends. Let's just hang out and have some fun. Sorry, I'm not my best at the moment, getting over being sick. Had a cold the past week. And I don't know what I can do with this beyond just kind of laugh. But I appreciate you being here, and there's more coming. And drug companies make little money on vaccines. True.
Of course, he's getting paid big.
But of course, the push right after the Rona, with all these advanced vaccine techniques being used to develop vaccines super quickly after we had samples of the virus to base things on, their push to get them out there is seen as simply a money grab, even though they were initially given for free.
Bucks to sell drugs.
And they're also getting funded. These are child
Big
abuse
pharma.
pediatricians.
Yeah.
They're funded through Health and Human Services.
Oh,
We
brother.
found, yeah, they don't work like regular doctors, and they're at all of our children's hospitals.
Wow, so the children's hospitals are filled with child abusers who who pretend to be doctors. Wow. Wow. Did you guys know that? I didn't, because it's not fucking true.
Parents don't even
But again, the constant claims of conspiracy, that's all it ever is.
know this. They have no idea. They think they're talking to a doctor, and they're trying to find out what's going on with their kid. They want to find an answer. What happened? I don't know what happened. Why my child is having this reaction? They're trying to find out. And this doctor, they don't realize that this doctor is acting as part of the prosecution, building a case against them. They're not actually trying to help them. So this is a huge problem. So, yeah. So there's
Just all claims of conspiracy.
tons of articles about medical kidnapping. We're finding out more and more. It's the federal funding, though, because
Yeah, federal funding of ICE. You gonna talk about those kidnappings?
what I started seeing was I would see the same stories in California, as I saw in Georgia, as I saw in Wisconsin, as I saw in Florida, all across America. Red states, blue states, purple states, didn't matter. The same stories were happening over and over and over like a script. And when you see that, you realize it's not just a state issue.
Right.
It's a federal issue.
That's why the founders said,
But wait. Y'all said the federal government didn't need to get into anything, and this sounds like medical stuff, and you're saying the federal government doesn't need to get into federal stuff, so they need to stay out of it.
the federal government only has two basic functions, and healthcare is not one of them.
Right.
We should completely shut down.
Supporting the people is one of the functions. A government exists to support the population. Healthcare is supporting of the population. What part of this can't you idiots understand?
On the Department of Health and Education. Not the federal government's to educate people. It's the states. It's the parents.
Right, and I actually was involved with, I wrote the first resolution in the state of Alabama for the parental rights bill that says that parents have the fundamental right to direct the care, upbringing, and education of their children.
Translation, we're going to legislate the ability to religiously abuse children, and if some of them die, oh fucking well, that's just what God wanted. These people are fucking insane.
And that finally passed in 2023. So yes, parental rights, but it's through the Department of Child Welfare, through Health and Human Services.
Zoomy with breaking news. They just saw a kidnapping earlier today. Don't worry though, he woke up. That's a good one.
Services that these kids are being taken there, and the money that is being used is Social Security money.
Oh, brother.
It's actually our Social Security money, Title 4.
Prove it.
B, D, E, all of that is dealing with child custody and child protective services. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. The foster care adoption system, we think as Christians, we want to take care and help the orphans.
No, you fucking don't.
But nowhere in the Bible, well, I challenge you to find it, where the Bible tells you to make a child into an orphan so that then you can continue to adopt them.
It's evil.
It doesn't say that. So Christians have been used by the system largely. The system will actually target churches and recruit them to foster and adopt, but it's a supply and demand system.
Right.
So less than 16% of the kids that are taken for reasons of any kinds of abuse. The whole reason that system exists is because of child abuse, but close to 85% of those kids are not abused. They never were. But you put them in foster care, and they're more likely to be, yeah.
Foster care is its own serious problem that needs to be addressed, but that problem exists independent of the problem of parents who will work in the interest of their children dying for religious reasons rather than seeking actual medical care. And notice, she knows. She knows she's on the wrong side of things here because she's not bringing up what's actually going on. They're beating around the bush on all this intentionally, just trying to make it seem like there's just this cabal that's taking away kids for no good reason when it's actually a case of, hi, this blood transfusion will save your kid's life. Nope, we don't believe in blood transfusion. No, this has to happen. Your kid's gonna die. Well, nope, we'll just pray for it. It's insane. And yeah, social contracts can be renegotiated, but fundy scum like Hovind deny they even exist.
Yeah.
At least 6 times more likely to be raped, molested, abused, or killed in foster care than if you left them with their own family. And you talked about the
Yeah, this is the world people like Hovind and this Terry bitch would want. Are these stories in the room with us? Fuck, let's go back to the 6th century in all aspects of life, education, medicine, and beliefs while the rest of the world goes forward. Really, if we could just segregate them all off into their own little corner of the world, isolated from everyone else, and let them live by their Bronze Age fairy tales, we'll see how long that lasts.
pharma. So the children who are wards of the state can legally be used for medical research and drug testing without their parents' knowledge or consent.
What is this, some MK Ultra shit here?
It's a crazy loophole.
And look at that, everyone in the audience is just like, ooh. It's like, no.
They, we had the Nuremberg Code that would
Allow them.
that would ensure that we don't do that, but the judges and the social work
And there we go, comparing this they to the actual Nazis.
workers just give consent in lieu of the parents. So it's a crazy, crazy system that we're so used to hearing about it that we don't even question, should this be?
Right. It's like prisons. People are going to think, what? Shut them down. Find them, beat them, or kill them, and the problem's solved.
Just like churches, all these crazy institutions that just have been around so long, we just let them be. Or fuck it, shut them down. We don't need churches. We don't need religion. World goes fine without it. Except what I'm saying is actually true. And yes, again, Kent, the prison system needs reform, but it needs reform in rehabilitative systems, as opposed to being explicitly a punitive system.
We don't need prisons.
Well, I'm thinking.
You read my book. I'll give it to you, okay?
Okay, I will do.
That's another story, but anyway, go ahead.
I know my place here. I can't argue with this guy. He'll body slam me.
So yeah, it's a for-profit industry,
Right.
multi-billion dollars. And so
I mean, seriously, as you watch this, you notice the tiptoeing she's having to do alone, but also both of them are. Notice they're never saying what the actual abuse claims against the parents are. In that being her key focus is, they're taking away kids because they're saying it's abuse, and just all these extra claims go on. Not the initial thing like, well, what was the actual claim of abuse going on?
funding that is for keeping families together, maybe a family's struggling, they need help keeping the power bill on.
Sure.
Well, can't help them. That's socialism.
They need help with, something's, it's just a minor.
Maybe they can't afford health care, and maybe they need health care. Huh? Maybe they can't afford food. Maybe they should be, there should be processes in place to assist with food. I don't know. I mean, y'all seem to be so close to self-awareness, but you can't acknowledge, oh shit, what we need actually is this horrible, evil socialism. Can't have that.
Issue. Maybe they've fallen on hard times and they've fallen into some sin. They're
Oh yes, it can't be a societal problem and a cultural problem that just allows people to fall by the wayside and say, fuck you, I got mine. No, it's gotta be they fall into sin. Because you always gotta blame the victim.
they're on drugs and they need
And no, I'm not saying everyone's perfect. Far from it. So no one read too deep into that. Not that I expect my audience to, but someone out there might. There's plenty of shitty people out there. But still, the situation can be set that someone is less likely to get hooked on meth if they're not in a situation where they don't really have anything else going on. You tend to find that people who have something to do and have things to enjoy in life tend not to fuck up like that.
Need help getting off of it. They need to deal with the problem so they can get off it. Maybe they actually do need somebody to step in and take care of those kids for a little while the parents can get their act together and get better. But instead, we beat them down. The system just beats them down, takes the children, takes them away, terminates parental rights, and of course,
This woman's in crazy town.
of course, the children, and you've probably seen this, I mean, most people have seen children that truly need help many times are left in the system or they're not even taken away. Mm-hmm. And I found out why. You probably wonder why that would happen, but it took me a long time.
Oh, yes. Please enlighten us as to what the actual flaws in the child abuse protection systems actually are.
Or about a year to finally figure out. They consider the children that are truly abused to be damaged goods who are unadoptable. They're looking for the children who are adoptable.
Citation needed, lady.
They literally will say that in court. So, fast forward, I'm working on talking to legislators. I'm going to Washington, D.C. several times a year. I'm going to Montgomery, talking to legislators, working on legislation, and really feeling this tug from the Lord to run for office. And I told God, I gave him my yes.
Tug from the Lord, holy hand jobs, 11:15 p.m. tonight. Only on ZR Entertainment, Channel 69.
Yes, Lord, here am I, send me wherever it is. If you want me to go to the mission field, whatever you want me to do, Lord, here am I, send me.
Yeah, I want you to mix these particular chemicals, take them to the nearest abortion clinic, and let the chemical reaction do what it is. What if God told you to do that, except in a little more direct language? Would you do that? Would you? Because that's what people do. That's frightening shit. Whenever anyone says they just do what God tells them to do, that's fucking nightmarish. Stay the hell away from people like that.
And he said, I want you to go into government. Okay.
Wow, with no qualifications whatsoever, not even half a brain to process anything with, let alone any knowledge on how any aspect of the real world actually is.
And then when he made it clear what position he wanted me to run for, I said yes. But,
doggy style.
You know, it's God has to provide. God has to do this. Amen. And I need help. I need people to know and understand what's going on.
So do you like living among snakes?
No, I really don't.
Okay, well,
but
snakes. Yeah. Snakes are cool. What's with these fuckers and snakes? Why they hate snakes so much? Oh, right, because, Bronze Age fairy tales. Kent was quick to get medical care when he was bitten by that snake. Yep, he sure was.
You're headed for.
But to be honest, I think God gives you grace for where he calls you to. So when I go to Washington, D.C., I'm walking the halls and I'm prayer walking. I'm praying for the people that are there.
Prayer walking. These people talk like this, like it's not complete fucking buffoonery.
Love going in there and praying with people.
Yeah.
And we've prayed with people in congressional offices, and that's always fun. Not everybody wants you to.
And yes, of course, the Lord tells one to do something that boosts one's ego. How convenient.
No.
I could tell you some stories, but I don't. but I went to an Eagle Forum one-day policy event last year, and that was kind of like the light bulb moment of hearing all of the problems that they're dealing with on the state level, but I'm realizing that all of these things are connected to federal funding.
Yep.
So no matter how much you fix it on a state level, until you deal with it on the federal level, it's not going to be fixed. Mm-hmm. So President Trump's big, beautiful bill fixed some things, but...
Oh, God, you're stupid. You are fucking stupid, lady.
I don't think that what I'm talking about is even on his radar. I really don't. So, but I extrapolated, and there's so many things, and I've been involved in talking to politicians and paying attention to legislation for quite some time. So these things that I'm seeing with child protective services and guardianship abuse with the elderly, different things.
Wait. It just clicked with me. Did she say paying the way in the legislation or paving? Let's jump back a bit.
For quite some time. So these things that I'm seeing with child protective services and guardianship abuse with the elderly, different things, they still apply
I guess I didn't go back far enough, whatever.
in other areas. So we can take these same principles that holding government accountable, let's fund what we need to have funded, and let's incentivize the right things, because what we have now is a perverse financial incentive to do the wrong thing.
1 Timothy 6, love of money. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Then you guys should all be staunch communists, but you're not. It's weird how that works. You don't wish to seize the means of production from from those who can control it. Reclaim property for the people, and not for corporations, faceless entities that don't actually exist as humans yet are legally treated as humans. Yeah, funny thing is, corporations never get executed. Corporations never get put on trial like a person will. This leads me to a reminder, since we just crossed a year from the anniversary of it, of someone who totally wasn't Luigi Mangione, because the eyebrows don't match at all. But apparently, our friend Luigi's, being accused of this stuff. That was a year ago that random CEO got taken out, and suddenly, for a short period of time, insurance companies were approving more things than not. I'm not saying Luigi did anything. All I'm saying is Luigi Mangione did nothing wrong. Take of that what you will. But I'm not saying that we need more of that, but I'm just saying whatever happens, I'm not going to shed a tear.
what I see in DC is a lack of the fortitude to stand up for what's right, no matter what.
Maybe it's that, or maybe it's they're also being funded by these pharma companies to keep quiet.
Bingo.
Conspiracy on top of conspiracy on top of conspiracy. Or it could just be greedy fuckwits doing what greedy fuckwits have always done. And you guys just want to kiss their asses thinking you'll get the crumbs.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. Yeah. So my soul is not for sale. And I've been consistently fighting for families for quite a long time. And it's not about money for me. I'm happy with my life. I'm married to a firefighter. He's amazing. We have a great life. I don't need that. I want to make a difference, and I want to see families restored. I want to see America be what our founding fathers envisioned, what God envisioned, because
God didn't envision shit because your God doesn't exist, you fucking moron.
God made America. God established.
No, people did. People who wanted something drastically different from what we currently have going on, and who would find people like you and Kent sickening, antithetical to the very principles of the nation, giving your religious fervor.
America. God has a plan for this country, and we need people in Congress and, well, in all levels of government. We need people that are godly people. We don't need godly people to step away and be afraid to be involved in government. Government is part of the mission of Jesus. He said, was it the Handel's Messiah we sing about, and the government shall be upon his shoulders.
Right.
So governing is part of Scripture.
Sure, there's 2 books, 1st and 2nd Kings, Judges. Yeah, I mean.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Tyler, that's never stopped Christians before.
So we need godly people. And I know that many, probably in your audience, you probably have a lot that have been praying for God to raise up godly leaders. Well, God is raising up some godly leaders. I'm seeing it in different places. And we need godly people to get on board and support us and help knock on doors and get the message out. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's financial. Some people can donate and help fund campaigns. Get the signs cost money. All these things cost money. So, but even word of mouth, talking about it, getting the word out, that makes a huge difference. And pray. keep praying. I know y'all, I mean, I'm going to talk straight to the audience here. I know that many of y'all are praying. You're praying for godly government. You're praying for things to change. Get involved, keep praying. And when you see somebody that is godly, that is running, get behind them and keep us in your prayers.
Amen. So one of the key issues is the government funding is what's responsible for the.
Let me remind everyone that this whole thing still continues to be a massive violation of the Johnson Amendment, and we are watching Kent Hovind /GBC/CSE commit an actual crime.
Problem with children being taken away, medical experimentation. Yeah, see, if somebody's in need, that's really a church issue or a family issue.
Yeah.
No, that's a state issue. People shouldn't be in need. That is how society should work.
Right.
Why is the government involved at all?
That's a good.
Because churches and people and corporations can't be expected to operate in the best interest of society in general, because people, corporations, churches are greedy intrinsically. Therefore, it is an amalgamation of the people that should support the people. A concerted effort.
Question.
Yeah.
That is a good question. There's so much that the church should be doing, but many times that the government has taken that away from the church, and the church isn't involved. But I've seen some.
How is the government taken away from the church? What about that woman who was calling all those different churches asking for assistance for this, that, the other, for a hypothetical baby, and was getting nowhere? It was a mosque and like a Buddhist temple were some of the first ones to actually directly offer something that actually had programs to do this stuff, while the Christian things were just like, oh, we donate to this and that food pantry and stuff and all these other third-party organizations. Churches don't do shit for people. They donate some amount of items or money sometimes to third-party organizations and say they're doing good, when really they're just they're just acting as a middleman for resources.
Really good programs where somebody's in danger of having their child taken by Child Protective Services, and then they need a crib or they need this or that, and they call a local church and they get on with their members and they provide, and they're bada bing bada boom, and you've saved a family.
So
yeah, seriously, Hovind would not have a life without socialism.
In Alabama, how bad?
And his cult compound is effectively a communist compound. He just doesn't realize it.
That is this problem of children being taken away by government that should not be taken away.
It's rampant. It really is. As far as for abuse, we're a little bit better than the national stats. It's 19% are taken for reasons of abuse, not 16%. But it is rampant. The biggest story I ever did happened in Shelby County, Alabama, where they.
Oh man, for a second I was like, wait, what? Because that's the county Memphis is in. Shelby County, Tennessee, though.
Took the newborn baby of a 14-year-old rape victim on grounds that they knew were bogus at the time. That story.
The 14-year-old wanted to keep the baby and raise it.
Yes, she told her grandparents. She was living with her grandparents.
Really? Are you sure she wasn't forced to carry the baby because of abortion bans and because of religious persecution and shit like that? Also, are we sure she didn't have other additional problems or what have you? And I don't want to blame the victim there, but I feel like context is being left out, and that this story likely is not what she is saying it is.
Grandparents, and she said, I don't believe in abortion. Thank God. Yeah. She said, if you will help me, I will keep this baby and I will love this baby, but I need your help.
And then no one helped her. Is that what happened?
And they said, of course, absolutely, we will do that. And I was actually at the hospital when they took the baby, and it just blew my mind. They knew that the grounds were bogus. And
really, are you not? You notice you're not telling us the reason they claim that they did. You're just ignoring that. You're just saying it was, not saying what the reason was, because you don't want to lie, but you also don't want to tell the truth.
They did it anyway. But that story hit 1 million views overnight, and people were making phone calls, and we got the baby and the mother back together, and now she's got a couple more kids, because that's been quite a little while ago. She's got a couple more kids. She's got children that were never removed, children that were able to have that bond at the very beginning. So it's beautiful.
That's why I say with the abortion issue
is completely irrelevant here, Kent.
Abort the father. If it's a rape victim,
Right, right.
abort-
Well, they
not
weren't
the baby.
prosecuting him. That was a whole nother thing. He had been involved with several underage
This is fucking insanity. This whole thing is outright insanity. I had no idea what I was stepping into.
girls, and they didn't. I mean, by the time they finally arrested him, after we went public with the story, he was on record for at least six of these crimes against young women. But
Louisville Slugger can fix that, I think.
that could be, yeah.
Okay.
So, but the thing, it does happen. We get calls all the time. Alabama DHR just took a baby of a newborn baby, a 2-week-old baby of the Tennessee baby. Crazy story. I've covered autistic child where he eloped. That was the term they used when they leave the house. They kind of escape. They're little Houdini children, and he had escaped. And so
They're little Houdini children. Eloping is when they escape the house. What the fuck?
they're really good at getting out of doors. I mean, they were doing everything they could to keep the kid from getting out, and he got out. And so they came and took all 7 of the kids from the family over that.
Did they? Because I don't think that happened.
It's in every area in Alabama. We've got some Baldwin counties having a lot of stories coming out of Baldwin County,
Yeah, he is.
Shelby County, different places where some places are worse than others. There are a few places where they're actually working like they're supposed to, and they really are helping children, and we just don't have enough of that.
If you became congressman from Alabama, you would have an office where people would know who to call. Hey,
Yes.
right.
Yes. And there's some advocates that are working and fighting to help people. So we actually, Representative Barry Moore, who's running for Senate now, but he's a representative in, he may be this district, possibly. He's sponsoring our bill that's an Advocates for Families Act that says that if you take Title IV-B money, which they all do, every state does, that you have to allow families to have an advocate. It's a real simple bill, but it can make a huge difference, and it doesn't cost any money.
Yes, we need to abort the Hovend. All the Hovend.
Costs no money.
Okay. So you want to see that issue fixed, okay? Are there any other major issues you see going into Congress that you would like to?
The trafficking. The trafficking of children is huge. So the foster care system is the largest supplier of children for the child sex trafficking industry.
Wow.
Yeah, the Department of Justice said that, and I will never forget reading those words. So border security.
Every right-wing talking point.
And that incident in Washington, D.C. right before Thanksgiving shows we've got to do a better job of vetting who comes in our country. There's our veterans. I mean, I come from a long line of veterans.
Oh yes, the veterans that get no support whatsoever, and that Republicans only give a fuck about when they got to talk about we're so patriotic, and then treat like shit the rest of the time. And
so we're doing right, taking care of our veterans, those who serve our country, but there's a lot that we could do better.
Right.
There really is. And there's some specific legislation I'm looking at, and so.
Well, good. And how do they contact you?
They contact me by on my website is terrylapointeforcongress.com.
Put that back up here.
Okay.
Terry Lapointe. Good French name, huh?
Yes. And then on Facebook, I'm all over Facebook. You can just go to my personal Facebook page, Terry.
She's all over Facebook.
Lapointe, and
did she just say she's kind of a big deal? Because I think that's what she just did.
Follow there, or you can follow Terry Lapointe for Congress Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Wish you the best. So, how did you like?
I hope you get negative votes. And here we go. Kent turning it into his. How'd you like DAL? I let the woman talk long enough. A woman will be silent in my church from now on. So, how'd you like DAL? Feed my ego, please, because I'm Ken Hovind and I need it stroked constantly because it's been nearly a year since Sandra left and I had an ego stroking for a while.
Dinosaur Adventureland. It's your first time to come.
I loved it.
And you took the real tour.
I did.
And survived.
We did.
Oh, the real tour.
It was a little harrowing at
Oh,
that
come
point.
on.
I was holding on to the strap, but I love it. Yeah, so.
Yeah, we tell those
survived.
ropes all over the Jeep. Those are the "Oh Jesus, help me" ropes. I have so much fun doing that. So, do you recommend people come?
Absolutely, absolutely.
What about the price to get in?
You can't beat it. I mean, my
Yeah, you
goodness.
could. You could be paid to come instead of just
Yeah, you'd have to pay me to go to DAL.
free.
Well, okay, that point.
Joseph and I went to the La Brea Tar Pits yesterday.
La Brea tar pits. La Brea. Also, that means the tar pits, so it's just you went to La Brea.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago, and it's $20 to park.
Pico and Sepulveda. Pico and Sepulveda. Okay, real talk. Your homework is for everyone to find a copy of the 1979 film Forbidden Zone. Watch that and write me a small essay on Pico and Sepulveda. Okay? Okay? And if you add in any other references to the film, you will get extra credit.
Your car, and then $20 to get in to see Tar. I've already.
We did it though.
We did it. I remember when they flew me down in the helicopter to the bottom of Grand Canyon, and the guy,
Oh my god, he's gonna tell this shitty story again.
the pilot of the helicopter said, "Folks, we just went back 300 million years." I looked at my watch; it was the same day. I said, "I want my money back." We didn't go back at all. Well, thank you so much for coming down. Please encourage others to come. We would like, now, we open my platform up to any politician that's running, even if you're opponent.
Kent, that is illegal. If Hovind survives long enough for us to make it through what little remains of the Trump presidency, because that man is not long for this world, and whatever follow-up happens with Vance and what have you, or whatever the hell winds up even happening from the midterms, I don't know. Once this nightmare is over, make note of this, because we seriously need to get things in motion for Johnson Amendment violation to be levied against DAL. This is 100% a violation of that.
I'll grill them, say, okay, where do you stand on this and why? Why don't you want to do anything about child trafficking? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Epstein Island. Yeah. I actually
Oh yeah, where Donald Trump went multiple times.
covered the medical kidnap story of an Epstein Island survivor when they took her baby. But we got the baby back. It took 5 years.
Well, the U.S. attorney who came after me to put me in prison, right after they locked me
The
up,
guy was barely involved in your case whatsoever. Shut the fuck up, Kent.
he flew to
Also, you gotta turn everything into you.
Detroit to have sex with a 5-year-old, got off the plane with Vaseline and a doll, and they arrested him and he hung himself in jail. It's in high levels.
It really is. It's awful.
Yeah, all the way up to the fucking president, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
It is awful, and I believe that they're blackmailing politicians. They're blackmailing people at high levels.
Yeah.
But we have to fight.
Yep.
We cannot give up. We've got to fight, and I think that that's one of the biggest things. Is we've got to be persistent. We've got to know what is right. We've got to be in the Word and stand on what is right.
Who was the famous person years ago who said, all that's needed for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing?
Right.
Who was that?
I've heard that.
Me, I just said it. Okay.
I've heard that it was Einstein. I've heard that it was Martin Luther King Jr. I've heard different people.
It's true no matter who said it.
It is true,
Yeah, okay.
absolutely.
Well, thank you so much.
And that's why I and a small cloister of eccentric people online fight against you, Kent. Because you're your own little slice of evil that must be opposed.
And let's see, your husband Paul's been here. How do you like Dinosaur Adventureland? Retired firefighter. And I asked you today, how many house fires and fires do you go to that are caused by stupidity? And you said, all of them, as far as you know. believe it. If we can help. Okay, let's take questions from the audience. From the
No, she said blackmail at high levels. That's what she had said.
There, Joseph. Anybody sending in questions for Terry?
Well, I think it was a piece of advice.
What's that?
Here it is, on screen. Is it?
No, we can't see the screen at all. This one's off.
Oh, yes. Remember, Somalians were involved in the founding of this country. George Washington, part Somali. Lincoln, part Somali. Facts.
All right.
It says, to get in, be a Republican, but don't preach, just do. Talk to people, and give the news without using God, because the news will go against you and hurt you. Hey, you're in, play smart, he says.
So use Republican to get in the Congress, but then don't mention God once you get in,
Yeah, go along and get
because the news will come after you.
Disagree. Yeah, I mean,
Stand up for the right.
my slogan is
Meh,
God,
meh, meh.
families, freedom. That's the point. And absolutely, that's not just
My slogan is fuck you.
a slogan for me. It's who I am. It is the core of who I am.
Okay.
So, you know.
Well, thank you. Anybody's welcome to make a comment. All right. Any more there, Joseph?
None. I mean, a lot of people are saying how heartbreaking it is. A lot of people are praying for you, whether they're red or blue.
Thank you.
Because this is
Thank you.
Oh, yes, the magical thoughts. That's totally gonna work.
a big undertaking, but that's about it. A lot of support for you.
Okay.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
If you know anybody else who's good Christian morals, or at least, see, a lot of the founders were not Christian, but they were indoctrinated with Christian teaching and thinking. You know, they thought that way. That's the way they were raised.
Right.
And that's what they made a great start for this country, and we pretty well messed it up, 250 years.
Well, yeah, and you can interact with people as a Christian, as a strong believer, without compromising your values, and still relate to people from different faiths, from different. I mean, because America.
Yeah, fucking right. Be evangelical nutwit and give a damn about anyone else at all is. Those two things don't go along.
We are a melting pot, and I work.
Yeah, fucking right. You know, Kent's sitting there like, why'd I have this crazy bitch on? She's talking about us being a melting pot. Hell no. Whites only.
Work with people from all different backgrounds, and I work well with people. I
Really? Do you? Because you aren't working well with me or my audience.
I think it is important. And Charlie Kirk reminded us that.
Oh, fuck that tiny-faced piece of shit. Glad he's fucking dead. Get the fuck over him. Y'all are gonna keep on trying to milk that stupid moron getting what he fucking deserved.
This to make sure to listen to people who don't think like you.
Right.
Because we can always learn.
Did he, though? Or did he just use people as a way to spout his own stupidity? His own idiocy? Disguised as trying to have conversations, as so many people on the right do.
Something. There's something that we can learn from each other. You know, if it's just seeing another person's perspective, yeah, let's do it.
Well, great. Thank you, man. So if we carry this book in our bookstore, would that help you if we ordered, 20 of them and keep
No, it wouldn't help her at all.
it on the shelf? And
Absolutely.
okay, get with Joseph's wife, Bobby, and let's do that.
Okay.
And Joseph, add that to our repertoire. If you want to get it, you can get it from her, get it from us. We won't undercut you. We try to give stuff away as cheaply as possible. So
Okay.
we want to get them. We're trying to win a war, not build a castle. Amen. All right. So those
No, we're just trying to build a shitty dinosaur park.
that disagree, keep studying. We'll wait for you at the top of the mountain of truth.
Piss off, Hovind.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. We stayed up all night on an airplane. They flew us from California to Miami and then back to Pensacola.
Wow, that was such a horrible layover. Oh no, Miami to Pensacola.
Ready to go to bed early, Joseph?
Yes, sir.
All right. See you tomorrow. We'll have open mic for you to believe in evolution. The title is Evolution is the Dumbest and Most Dangerous Religion in the World. Prove me wrong. Okay? All right. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
No,
We're
not.
back against my better judgment. Still play.
Sorry. I guess I want to watch people play Castlevania. Oh, damn. Dragon Blitz, though. That guy is pretty cool. Check out his channel. If you like Symphony of the Night, that dude is the reason I've been doing a lot of Symphony of the Night stuff recently, because I discovered there was a randomizer through him and I learned speedrun tactics. So, yeah. Anyway, that was something completely fucking different. I did not expect that. So, no Whacking Atheist at all. It was just that person. Wow. Really don't have anything else to say. That being said, though, I'm gonna go on and hop off here. Need to give my throat a rest. In case you missed the beginning, I'm still getting over being sick. But I thought I would stream for the heck of it because, hey, y'all need to have a laugh. We all gotta have some fun, right? Um, so yeah, that's that. I'm gonna fire up Guild Wars, have a little fun there.